Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today's video is all about the Carrack. I know you guys have been waiting for it. You've probably seen a million videos about it already. I wanted to wait until it came out. I had a lot of other videos I was doing as well, so the timing's right for it now. And as you can see, this is the expedition version of the Carrack. That's the limited livery or limited skin for the Carrack. It is white with a little bit of other little colors in it, but it's mostly white, whereas the normal Carrack is a much darker color. You might say, why would you choose a white and pink ship over a dark ship? Just because it's cool. It looks good. I like it. It looks nice. I like the regular Carrack as well, but this one looks really pretty. Now, the Carrack is one of those ships that kind of goes down into lore for Star Citizen at this point, at least for the backers. This ship was announced a long time ago, and when it was, everybody thought it was their ship, their end-all be-all ship. It was their Firefly. It was the one that they wanted to live on, the one that they wanted to use the most, the one that they wanted to go out and explore for weeks at a time out in deep space, maybe even months or a year without ever having to come back to port. So what is the Carrack? Well, Anvil created this ship, Anvil Aerospace, and it's an explorer. It features reinforced fuel tanks for long duration flights, an advanced jump drive, and a dedicated computer core for jump charting operations. Originally it was a military exclusive, so the military was the only one that had access to it. Now it's available for civilian use, and the onboard accommodations include a new medical and repair facility and a mapping oriented sensor suite, as well as a workshop that they just decided to throw in when they had some space. And this ship is about 126.5 meters long, 76.5 meters wide, and 30 meters tall. So it's listed as a large ship. It's almost capital size. It's got a cargo capacity of 456 with a minimum crew of 4 and a max crew of 6. It's pretty awesome. You're going to have 8 guns, so it'll be 4 turrets with size 4 turrets with 2 guns each on them. So it's going to be pretty decent when it comes to coverage. It's not a fighting ship, so don't think it's a fighting ship. It's an explorer, but it's going to have some decent coverage out there. It's going to have good armor. Anvil makes very well armored ships. The radar has 2 large radars, 3 medium computers, a large power plant, 2 large coolers, 2 large shield generators, and then fuel intakes and fuel tanks. It's got 2 large of each, 1 large quantum drive, 1 large jump module, 2 large quantum fuel tanks, which will be important, and of course all its maneuvering and main thrusters. This ship is highly maneuverable. As you can see, we walk into the captain's quarters right off the upper bridge. It's very maneuverable, which is kind of different for a large ship. I really like the fact that it's as maneuverable as it is. Again, it's not really meant to be a combat ship. So don't go into it thinking, yeah, this ship's going to rule the roost. It's going to take down everybody in combat. It's not the way it's built. It doesn't have capital class shields, even though it's a very large ship. One of the things I really love about this ship, the way that they maximized the space. I know a lot of YouTubers have said that they absolutely love the way this ship was designed, and I gotta be honest, I was not a Carrack fanboy. I've never been a Carrack fanboy. I thought it would be a very cool ship, and I would actually use it, on deep space exploratory missions. So you can see the crew quarters here. But I wasn't a fanboy. Now that I've walked around my own, I've got a good look at the inside. I can see how well they put this ship together, how well they utilize the space. This is the best designed ship they've had in the game, bar none. You know, I love my 890 jump and whatnot, but this ship is so much better designed than any other ship in the game. They use the space very efficiently. It has a great feel throughout. You know, if this is what Anvil feels like on this size ship, I want an Anvil capital ship. They've got to put a capital ship in for Anvil. I think it would be awesome. It needs to be one that can just take an absolute beating. Because like I said, I think Anvil's more known for armor than anything else. And this ship gives you a feel of a well-insulated, well-armored ship. Here is the dining room slash meeting room for your crew. I love that they did these windows here. They just made a lot of right decisions making this ship. It's beautiful. No other way to put it. There's an elevator that goes down. We'll use it later. Let's go check out the medical wing, which is more like in the middle of the ship, so it's not really a wing. So you have this quarantine airlock here getting in. Then you have a medical bed over here to the right and a medical bed to the left. These should be able to treat your minor injuries. And then you'll have the big bed that has an MRI machine in it. And here. And I imagine this is going to be for the more serious injuries that you may get while you're out in space, deep space exploration. And over here you have a little lab, which is kind of cool. They've got the syringes and catheters and other medical products, the needles, that sort of thing. Really neat how they put all these little bitty things in. Although I'm wondering if those are just stand-ins, because surely you'll have to stock your own shelves with some of those things. And this is more of a storage area for some of the medicine and looks like some of gas, you know, if you want to do some anesthesia, that sort of thing. The ship is very big in size, but it doesn't feel overly big. Like you walk around a ship like the Starfarer, you feel like you're going to get lost. The 890 jump is supposed to feel big, and it is. You know, if you don't know your way around that thing, you will get lost as well. This one, I never felt like I was getting lost. I could easily find my way around. Even the first time I went to explore it, I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. They have it kind of compartmentalized in some sections, like the engineering. It's a little bit more compartmentalized, so you can only get into it, you know, from one way, really. I kind of like that. Doesn't make sense to have it, you know, have 14 different ways to get into one little area of the ship. And we'll take this down. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to take it up to the cartography deck. So they have this cartography deck, and it's not going to be fully implemented in the game yet. It doesn't need to be. We only have one system, but it's really cool. So I check out these little side walkways here. It's an escape pod for the people on the cartography deck. But the cartography room is going to show off the whole entire star system that you're in. My guess is, excuse me, still getting over strep throat. My guess is that you can actually pull up other systems too before you get there, and you can kind of map that system out, you know, all the features, all the things that you want to see, or all the things you have seen, all the points of interest, etc., all from that cartography room. So you'll kind of have somebody, your navigator can kind of go and look at that and, you know, make notes. Hey, we found a great mining spot here, or hey, there's a little bitty planetoid out here that's got gravity and can support a base, or hey, this planet exploded out and around the fourth orbit or something. You'll be able to map and take notes of those things for future use when you sell that information or bring that information back. Pretty cool idea, and I think it's needed on an exploratory vessel. So I think that was something they needed to have. Now you can see here, this is the hangar that was intended for the Pisces, but if you can fit a ship in there, it can go in there. So some of your smaller fighters will definitely be able to go in to the cargo area. I'm sorry, the hangar area, and some of them won't. So it's got a maximum width and length, obviously, but the height is where you're going to have the biggest problem with some ships. There's not a lot of clearance once you land down in that hangar bay. And I may try to do a video of what ships will fit in there and what won't. I'm sure somebody's already tried that, but I think I can pull in a bunch of different ships and see which one actually fits the best, which one's a little snug, and which ones won't fit at all. One of the things about the hangar deck is that you can't close the hangar or open the hangar from inside the hangar. At least I didn't see a button for it, and I'm probably wrong. You probably can, because it doesn't make a lot of sense not to be able to open that hangar from inside. And one of the things they mentioned, that the community has mentioned since the CitizenCon video that first showed off the Carrack, is they would like to be able to use their Pisces or whatever ship, maybe their Moby Glass even, to open the hangar. Because what if your entire team has gone away and they're not on board the Carrack? How are you going to open and close that hangar? You're gonna need the ability to do it remotely. And I agree with that 100%. I think they should give you that ability to open the hangar from your Moby Glass. And I don't think it's just for this ship. I think for any big ship that a player may own. You just may not have somebody on board to open and close the hangar for you. You should be able to do that from your Moby Glass or from your ship comms. They should make that available for you. So hopefully they will get that in. And we're going to take a step into the hangar here. And as we walk around the hangar, you'll notice that, like I said, I don't see any buttons to actually open the hangar from the inside. I mean, unless it's on the doors themselves up top, there's no button on the inside. But it's really cool that they've got these windows that go all the way around. You can kind of see into the hangar, and you can observe a ship landing, taking off. Or if it's open to space, you can, look out too. So this is the console that you're going to use to open and close the hangar. It's got this split that opens in the middle and goes vertically rather than horizontally, which is a little different, but cool. Makes sense for the layout of the ship. A lot of these doors have labels on them that tell you exactly what the purpose is. Like, that's a service ladder. The med bay will tell you, hey, there's the med bay, or there'll be a little signage in the hall that says the med bay that direction. This is a little drone room, so you can send out your drones to explore things, or maybe even fight. I don't know if they're going to be able to fight. That would be cool if they could. You have fighting drones and mining drones and exploratory drones for everything. No, but it's a drone room for this ship. Drones are not in the game yet, so you're not even going to be able to use that anytime soon. You just got out of the workshop that they threw in because they had a little extra space left over. Kind of cool that they put that in there. I hope we'll actually be able to do something with it. Maybe you can repair weapons or armor or trinkets, or who knows. Then you have another navigation area here on the upper bridge with the 2 crew stations, and this is the standing pilot seat, which is pretty neat. No animations to have to get up and get down in the seat. You just walk up to it, press your F key, and you are flying the ship. It's easy as that. Great visibility out of the front of the ship. Super awesome. One thing that it doesn't address yet, the Carrack is supposed to go full turtle mode whenever you go into combat. In other words, there's going to be an armored screen come over that whole area of the cockpit. How are you going to be able to see out to fly? Are you going to have to fly in third person? Or is there going to be a screen that has like a camera to the outside? There's other ships that are going to be kind of like this. Like the 890 Jump has the battle bridge. How are you going to fly that thing without any visibility? Are you going to have to go to the third person camera to do it? They haven't really addressed it to my satisfaction. Hopefully we'll find out that information in the coming months. I don't know. Here's another turret. So that's the turret that's in the back. And of course, weapons lockers, environment suits, different kinds of suits that you can store here. This is the cargo area. There's going to be 3 pods that are like this, and it's got a little bit of a clipping issue there, so be careful if you're trying to go to that little elevator that takes you down. You can see there's quite a bit of space in here. It's kind of like the Caterpillar in that way. Seems like those cargo areas may be a little bigger than the Caterpillars. And this side has an airlock, but again with some extra suit storage here. As we take a look at how big this ship is from the outside. Earlier you couldn't see to scale how big it is. Oh! Now you're going to get a little bit better idea to scale. This thing is pretty big. There's no airlock on the other side. There's only the one airlock or docking collar or whatever you want to call that. I think it's going to serve as both. But it's only on the left side of the ship. And I know many of you are saying, well, I just saw a door to the other side. What's that do? Never fear. My dog is here. We'll take a look at that. First, let's find out where the button to drop the cargo hold is. And we just flew past it. So that button is right here where the surface becomes flat underneath the Carrack. And that will drop open the cargo hold. Which this thing looks like a mouth, if you ask me. Looks like you could just swallow things up in this ship. So this cargo hold will hold an Ursa rover, no problem. You'll probably be able to put in 2 or 3, maybe 4 Cyclones in here, but no, you're only gonna be able to put 1 or 2 Cyclones in here. It's gonna be a tight fit, but definitely an Ursa rover will fit. You can put a bunch of space bikes if you want to in there. Oh look, this looks familiar. The docking collar was on the right, and the left is an elevator. I'm sorry, the right is an elevator, the left was the docking collar airlock that we went out. So here you have that elevator we saw pretty early on in the ship tour here. That takes us back up to deck 2. And that's it for the Carrack. You've seen all the rooms, seen all the spaces. What do you guys think of the Carrack? Do you like the way it's laid out? Do you like the feel of it? I am now a Carrack fanboy. I admit it. I'm a Carrack fanboy now. Wasn't before, but I am now. I love the ship. I love how they designed it. It looks cool, feels cool. I can't wait to take this thing out with the team. with my org. By the way, my org is always looking for more players, so if you're interested in joining, that information is down below. So if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon, let you know when I do another one of these. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the Carrack, what you plan to use it for. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. I'll see you out in the verse.